boy in the box, a city's darkest secret, a truth that could never stay hidden forever. February 1957. On the outskirts of Philadelphia, in an abandoned area filled with scattered trash and dry brush, a college student named Frederick Benonis noticed a cardboard box from a child's bassinet. At first he thought a doll had been discarded inside, but his eyes were deceiving him. It wasn't a toy. It was the body of a young boy, around 4 years old, his hair cut short and signs of injuries on his head. He was wrapped in a blanket stained with dark grease. Nearby lay shoes that didn't fit him and a brand new men's cap. The discovery shocked Frederick so much that he froze in fear and told no one for several days, until he heard the news about a missing 3-year-old girl. Only then did he gather the courage to report what he had found. Later, investigators learned that another man had actually discovered the body earlier, but chose not to get involved due to concerns about the law. Frederick's report finally set the investigation in motion, one that would become one of the most haunting mysteries in Philadelphia history and remain unsolved for 65 years. From the very start, the case raised troubling questions. The boy appeared malnourished, showing signs of long-term neglect, yet scars from past medical procedures suggested that someone had cared for him at some point. So who was watching over him, and why had no one reported him missing? His hair had been cut after death, possibly to hide his identity. On his right hand, there were unusual marks, as if it had been submerged in water for a long time, while the left hand remained unaffected. Experts were never able to explain that contradiction. The box he was found in had once contained a woven crib. Police traced 12 of them sold locally, but 4 buyers were never found. The cap nearby could have been a key clue. A shop employee remembered a man who ordered a custom design with a leather strap. A sketch was created, yet no one ever recognized him. Fingerprints taken from the boy didn't match any FBI records. There were no birth certificates, no hospital files, no school documentation. He had no confirmed identity. The child the world forgot. And yet, someone had fed him, treated him, dressed him. What happened that led to this lonely fate? There were no answers. Thousands of flyers were printed. The boy in the box appeared on posters, in newspapers, even on water bills mailed to local homes. People called in with tips claiming he resembled missing relatives or neighbor children. All leads failed. Some theories became increasingly strange, that he was a migrant whose identity was intentionally erased, that his appearance was altered to confuse investigators, that he had been disguised as a girl during life. Cutting his hair could have been part of that deception. One investigator, Remington Bristow, became obsessed with the case, hiring psychics and personally searching orphanages. He believed the boy had been unwanted by a family and abandoned, but he never found solid proof. For decades, the case went cold. Then in 1998, the body was exhumed for DNA testing, but early technology didn't help. Only in 2019, with advances in forensic genealogy and growing public DNA databases, did a breakthrough finally come. A relative, the boy's aunt, appeared as a match in the GED match database. Through her, detectives found his parents. In December 2022, Philadelphia police made the announcement the city thought it would never hear. The boy's name was Joseph Augustus Zarelli, and he was born on January 13, 1953. He was just 4 years old when he died. Joseph had lived in a typical neighborhood in West Philadelphia, around 61st Street, where children played outside and neighbors knew one another by name. His parents, Mary Elizabeth Plunkett and August John Zarelli, had already passed away by the time his identity was revealed. He had half siblings whose names remain protected for privacy. Today, investigators hope that someone who lived in that neighborhood all those years ago might remember Joseph. Maybe they heard him cry, maybe they saw signs that something was wrong, or maybe they simply remember when one day he was no longer there. Because now, after 65 years, the lost child finally has his name back, and the story is not over.